What's up, y'all? So I'm going to be doing a very quick review of this program that claims to level everything out called alexaudiobutler. And it's not cheap. I'm not sponsored by this company, but I wanted to try it out. Figure if it's actually useful for people who are just kind of getting into, video and audio and are looking for time savers. I've tried this out a handful of times so far, and my personal opinion is it's okay if you're just looking for something quick and dirty just to kind of get the levels roughly where they're supposed to be. It does not remove noise. It doesn't do any of that fine detail work that you would do with EQ and all the stuff. It essentially is just a compressor and a limiter. Yeah, and I mean you'll hear audio ducking and stuff, but there's no real settings to adjust with this thing. It's pretty straightforward, just like a handful of buttons to press, and that's all you have really. So I'll start from scratch just so you can kind of see what it is. I just got some stock footage I got online. I got a whole bunch of random sounds. It's going to sound really loud, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So, yeah, it sounds like a cacophony of noise right now. So what I want to do is see if this can actually, make this somewhat usable. So, yeah, just dive right into this. So if you don't have this mixer window open, you go under window, and then you want to make sure that you have your audio mixer selected there. And sometimes this will be kind of condensed, so to get this to expand out, there's a little arrow at the very top left corner here, and that will open up the window. So it'll look like this initially, and you want to click that and it'll open this window for you. And from here you're going to you're going to open the plugin there, and I would have this under dynamics, but for some reason they have it under tools. So basically there's a few different modules. There's one for your voice, music, effects, and then your overall mix. And that's like the idea behind it. It's just straightforward, drag and drop, and then you're off to the races. So the first thing I'm going to do here is try to isolate what's what. I didn't label anything yet, so I might get a little confused. Let me make sure I have this all correct. So this is my music track at the very end. So basically you're just going to insert the correct one according to what sound is on this. So if you have a track that's all music like this, basically you'd play the audio, and it's going to listen to the audio and try to guesstimate where things should be. I'm going to solo this real fast so you can kind of hear. I just slowed down the old instrumental I had there. So you can kind of set the overall target level you want it to be. So quiet, and then louder progressively. And then the ducking is just how much it's going to bring down that volume level. You have only two options of subtle and medium, and then contrasting. I don't know. I haven't found a use for this particular setting just yet. You'll hear it if I put that on in a second here. But it sounds a little too extreme to my ear, but whatever. So I have my music track set. Same thing with your master track. I have the master one on there. So again, you go to your drop down at any empty little slot there, and then the VST3 tools, and then under the option here, again, you choose the master one for this particular example. Everything else is pretty much just a sound effect. I don't really have a voice track in here, so maybe I'll record like a quick voiceover just to have something in place. But yeah, these are all sound effects. So I'm just going to say copy this over basically a few times here. And the settings, I'm going to kind of leave those where there's subtle maybe. And let's see, is there any more? There's a few here. So that's not the music track anymore. This is just like a sound effect again. And then yeah, I guess I'll pause here and then do a really quick voiceover, and then we'll get back. Okay, so now I have just a really crappy recording just done really quickly here. But let's give this a go and see what it can actually do. So there's really nothing to do other than hitting play and then changing the handful of settings that we have available to us. So let's give this a go. In a world where audio was overlooked, one hero stood out from the crowd. Unafraid to make mistakes. Put his hands on the faders, turn knobs and make things sound really cool. A nerdy little engineer with a passion for sound. Turn on these other things here. Will he make the most amazing mix using this AI? We'll see. Rewind that again. In a world where audio was overlooked, one hero stood out from the crowd. So that thing is way too loud, so I'd have to like really turn this thing down. Ducking, set the target level there. In a world where audio was overlooked, one hero stood out from the crowd. Unafraid to make mistakes. Put his hands on the faders, turn knobs and make things sound really cool. A nerdy little engineer. There we go. Okay. You know what? It's not terrible. You would definitely have to go in and do some fine tuning here. I have like phasey issues happening and there's a bunch of things going on, but it's a good start. I'm not even gonna lie. I again wouldn't depend on this for like a full-time go-to. If you just need something in a pinch, this will definitely do it for you. Again, this will not get rid of noise. That's not its goal. It does audio ducking, compression, and that's about it. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth the price point, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't cheap. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. It was like 100 something. But they have different options for you, so you don't necessarily need to get the super expensive one. They have ones that are just compatible with DaVinci Resolve, some that are just compatible with Premiere Pro, and then there's one that kind of covers everything. That's the one, of course, I got, just to see what it will all do. But overall, again, it's all right. Oh my gosh. All right, let me play this one more time. In a world where audio was overlooked, one hero stood out from the crowd. Unafraid to make mistakes. Put his hands on the faders, turn knobs and make things sound really cool. A nerdy little engineer with a passion for sound. Will he make the most amazing mix? Oh my god, so ridiculous. All right. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you all just a very quick kind of overview of what one of the audio tools are available to you all out there. Again, not sponsored by this company. If you want to check it out yourself, it's alexaudiobutler. And yeah, it's okay. Again, just if you're like trying to get content on there on YouTube, you don't have time to try to get everything all level, it does a pretty decent job, but it's not going to clean up stuff that's already messed up. So yeah. All right, y'all. Hopefully that was somewhat entertaining, and I will talk to y'all soon. All right. Peace.